Hello, my name is Kyle Coles. I'm the GA for the Southeast Missouri State University Health Sciences program, and today I'll be walking you through how to apply to occupational therapy programs through OTCAS. So I'm going to go ahead and just look up OTCAS. Should be the first result that pops up. Go ahead and click on it. It'll bring you to this screen. And you go ahead and create an account. On this first screen, you'll just go ahead and fill in some of the basic information about yourself. You go ahead and create that account. After finishing that first screen, it'll take you to this extended profile screen, and it'll ask you when you plan to begin school. So I'll say 2027. Then it'll take you to this main screen. This will show you the progress that you've made on each of the sections of your application: personal information, academic history, supporting information, and then program-specific materials. To start, we'll look at personal information. It'll ask you about your biographical information, some contact information, as well as some other information. All pretty simple to fill out. Just go ahead and make sure you fill every line out that's required. You can see what's required by these stars that are next to the questions. Now this first screen will ask you for a phonetic pronunciation of your name. So for instance, my name's Kyle Coles, so I put Kai O Coles. If you need help with this, there's many resources online. In the contact information section, as you're filling it out, make sure you are filling out your current address at the top and then stating whether that is your permanent address, and if it's not, you will have to add a permanent address below. When you complete the other information tab of the personal information section, you click Save and Continue. Go ahead, head back out into the dashboard. You should see it says 5 of 5 sections completed, and it's filled in green with a check mark. That means you've completed all the required questions within that section. Now moving on to academic history, this is where some people get tripped up a little bit, particularly with the transcript entry. So we'll get to that in a minute, but first, at your high school and your college attended. All right, once you've filled out your high school attended and added the college that you attended, it will tell you that transcripts are required. So in order to upload those transcripts, you'll go ahead and go to Order, and you can do it electronically through either the National Student Clearinghouse or Parchment, or you can order a mailed paper transcript to OTCAS. You'll go ahead and download that form and contact the registrar's office about sending the transcript. Moving on to transcript entry, OTCAS will give you the option of professional transcript entry. Essentially, you send your transcripts to OTCAS and they go ahead and they put them in for you. This process does cost money, and you do still need to go through and confirm everything that I've entered. So personally, I would pick no thanks, I'll handle it myself. So when you choose to do transcript entry yourself, you'll come to this screen. You'll go ahead and click Start, and you'll start by adding a semester. You go ahead and add the fall of your freshman year. And you'll go through and add the courses from that year. You'll probably have, or that semester, sorry. You'll probably have 4 or 5 from that semester, but I'm only going to add one here to show you how it works. So say I took Bio 101, Introduction to Biology. The subject is going to be biology. Enter how many credits each class was. We'll say that was a 3-credit hour. Then go ahead and enter the grade you got in the class. You can enter a number or a letter. It does not really matter. But you do want to just check and make sure that the school you attended uses a CAS grade. CMO does, but other schools might not. So go ahead and make sure that's right. Do a little research on that. And so say I go through and add my 4 other courses. I will go ahead and save this semester. and there you'll be able to see it completed. And then you'll go through and add the rest of your courses. Once you have filled out all the classes in your transcript, you will come to this screen. You go ahead and hit review and finalize my transcripts. They'll ask you some questions about the classes you took, about if you got credit in high school for college classes, if you had a lab in some of your classes, stuff like that. All pretty straightforward, but just make sure that all the information is accurate and correct. On the standardized test screen, just go ahead and add whatever test that you took. If you didn't take any, you can, or if you don't want to, you can click I am not adding any standardized tests. Going back on out to our main application screen here, you'll now see that that section is completed. We'll go ahead and move on to supporting information. In the supporting information section, the observation hours tab, all the way down to the licenses and certifications tab, will just ask you some questions about each of those things and to upload some sort of proof or some sort of information about them. So just go ahead and add anything that you have for those. Now moving on to the evaluations tab, you must have a minimum of 3 requested evaluations in order to submit your application. You can enter up to 5. Now when you go to create an evaluation request, it'll ask you for the information about the person who is evaluating you. They will be sent an email asking for them to fill out some information and maybe for a letter of reference or a letter of evaluation. And you won't actually upload anything. The email will be sent to them, they'll fill everything out, and they'll submit it, and it'll go to OTCAS directly. Once you've requested at least 3 evaluations, you should see that check mark appear on the tab on the left. Now moving on to documents, it'll ask you to upload a personal statement as well as giving you some more chances to upload documents for observation hours. Finally, you need to fill out a release statement. All right, once you've completed that, you should see all 3 of these green and completely filled in with a check mark. Now we're going to move on to program materials, but first we need to add a program. So go ahead and look through, find what school or schools you're looking at or want to go to, and go ahead and click the plus on the left side if you want to add them to your profile. So go ahead and click the plus on Baylor here. Go ahead and continue to my application. And now the program materials should show that there are 0 1 sections completed. You go ahead and click on it. It should show you all the schools you have selected that you're interested in. Go ahead and click on that tab. It'll take you to this home page for the school. It'll give you some information about the school as well as the application process. Moving on to the questions tab, we would go ahead and fill out some program specific questions that they wanted to ask you. Once you have filled everything out, make sure you scroll back up and hit the Save and Continue button before going to the Documents tab. And on the Documents tab, the program can ask for specific documents from you. A resume is pretty common, but a number of other things might be asked for. Once you have uploaded those, you can move on to the Prerequisites tab. Now, this will ask you to assign courses from your transcript to prerequisites. Now, for Human Anatomy and Physiology 1, obviously I don't have that on this transcript, but we're just going to say that biology is this for example's sake. So I'll go ahead and click the plus button next to it, and I'll save and exit. Moving on to Human Anatomy and Physiology 2, I'd click on that class if I had it. I'd go ahead and save and exit, and I continue on this all the way down until all these are filled out. So once all of those are completed, you should see them all filled in green, and you can head back to my application stage. You should see everything completed. You can then head over to the Submit Application tab and click Submit on programs that you would like to actually submit the application to. And then you can continue to the payment screen and go ahead and fill this out and send off the application. At any time during this process, you can click on the Check Status tab to look at the status of your transcripts, to see if they've come in, your evaluations, to see if those have been filled out, as well as the application status to each individual program. Now, I filled it out in the order that it came up, but you can fill it out in any order that you'd like. It really doesn't matter. You can save stuff and come back to it later. If you're waiting on transcripts or something, you can leave that section and fill out the rest, and then come back to that later. Really, however you like to do it, whatever is easiest for you. But other than that, we're done. Our application would have been submitted. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Have a great day.